All right, we're in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I will actually tee you up like this because in my military career, never ever worked with females, and then there was one time, and
At Bandcamp.
of course you. However, what I will say is I can fucking read a book by its cover. And we had just met today. And however, there was something about you that made me very curious about what you do. And so you showed up wearing Loas. And I think that was a telltale because having worked for Ground Branch and things like that, like it was like a little bit of telltales. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Now you work in a capacity that does what?
We deal with maritime interdiction, which includes human and drug trafficking, special interest, which would be anything from cartel to terrorist. So I work on a phenomenal joint task agency that we utilize all of our
Domestic resources.
well, that and we all have proportional power, so we all need to sort of what's happened over the last 4 years requires this type of level of aggressiveness because I think when generally speaking, Americans are sort of are really accustomed to dealing with thinking of wars happening overseas. What happened in the last 4 years? I've been in government since 1990. Actually, 1989, if you count boot camp into 1990. I never saw such a disregard for national security.
I
In
couldn't
the last
agree
4
more.
years.
Oh, in the last 4 years, it was something that I've never seen after serving all those administrations.
So what has been the factor or the thing that you've noticed between the last presidential cabinet and versus the new one?
We're able to do our jobs. I mean, literally, it was a restoration of powers. President Trump didn't create new power. What he did was he allowed us to exercise to do our job within 24 hours. I mean, it was the first time, just to give you some perspective as to what I was concerned about, because what was happening on the border was very real to us. The rest of the public didn't understand it because we were getting 85% of the bodies that were arriving. You're talking about 21 million, and you're talking about gotaways, and you're talking about people who aren't here. They were just basically flushed by buses, and they were brought into the interior. So I think this election was a huge thing because had we not won, and you can attest because you and I are sort of similar time frame, we would have been the United States in name only. Because, like, I think with the Americans, we're used to fighting wars overseas, but what we were allowing with not having any vetting, you're talking about bodies were coming, about 85% were males from a lot of adversarial countries. None were coming from the UK, none were coming from Australia, they were coming from adversarial countries. They were coming in and then flushed in with no vetting by the time we would get information back. So for us, we have some sensitive sites for biometrics. They were lost in the abyss. So for all of us, it was very real as to what was happening. And it was not until maybe the last 2 years of the Biden administration that it sort of became real. But it was like what President Trump, when he came into office, it's like the power was restored. We literally had boots on the ground within the morning.
No shit.
Yeah, there's no shit. People were on their way. Yeah,
That's
on their
cool.
way.
So were there any specific, under, who's the, is it Mayorkas?
Oh, yeah, Mayorkas.
So was he, issuing it wouldn't be an executive order, but it's issuing directives of saying, hey, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. It was basically handcuffing you guys, impinging on your ability to I mean, obviously you see it in the news all the time. You're like, why? I mean, there's people just flooding the country, and you get to the point where it's like,
And
okay,
we
great.
live here.
Sounds
Dude,
Yeah,
like, we're
I mean,
fucking
Mexico's 5 miles away,
yeah,
maybe
five to
less.
7.
So I mean, obviously we see it, but I'm just curious at what level you see in this went from the Liberty Risk podcast to the political risk podcast. like real quick, but
Attaboy.
no, just an interesting question because you see, obviously you can't trust anything you see in the media, but you hear everything going on and you're like, oh my God, this is like ridiculous. So at what level do they go, okay, I'm hamstringing this arm or I'm pulling these, I'm inhibiting you from doing your job?
Oh, it was immediately overnight. Biden came into office and it was just a lockdown. So an interesting thing is that our chief, who's like since retired, but he testified before the House committee in September 2024, and he attested to 90% of the agents were pulled off the fence. They were handcuffed. There was no, and so he couldn't have been more honest about what the impact was on national security. I think the general public was just looking at it, right? These are but his bodies coming through. These are unvetted bodies. And I think people get lost on immigration. I grew up on the East Coast and they think of Ellis Island. But the difference was with Eastern, the reason for Ellis Island was because World War I and World War II had decimated Eastern and Western Europe. So we were the closest, we're talking about Western civilization. But even then there was a vetting process in the process of coming in, and you didn't come in unless you were clear. Right. What had happened over the border, you're talking about 21 million bodies, you're talking about, you're talking about gotaways, you're talking about bodies that we just walked off. So if you were to look at scopes, and you guys are familiar with scopes and MBSs, you're talking about you have a herd of people, and you get people that branch off. We don't know, right? So I think the general public has no idea that we brought the war here over 4 years, and we literally fostered an environment that we could enable our adversaries.
So do you think something's brewing or something's going to happen? Or because, I mean, it would make sense that these people are not fitting our culture or don't have our values, which is obvious. But do you think there's a, like, planned element of this where there's actual, like, purposeful adversaries that are coming in, they're going to do something? Or is this just like a clash of cultures?
No, this isn't a clash of cultures. I mean, it's a real thing. I mean, if you were to if you were to dig deep into what's going on in national security, there's no doubt our enemies are here.
For sure, yeah.
So, do I think that people are just coming here and they're just taking advantage? Okay, there's that portion of people, but there's no doubt in my mind. I haven't been in the military and then spent, 35 years of my life it has been in service. I could spot a military person, and most people within my people that work with me are prior military. It's a prior military. We can spot them.
That I look like a civilian.
Yeah.
Outside my bracelet.
So there's no doubt in my mind, but I think under this administration, we're literally doing everything possible. But we're literally chasing time. But there's no doubt. There's the people that I'm serving are working around the clock to circumvent this.
So how do you solve that problem?
First off is that... well, there's that.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, but first off...
Dude, you just went full retard.
I don't have all the answers, but there's no doubt in my mind that the reason why we're chasing tail right now, and it's not a lack of effort as to my bosses or my colleagues. I have absolute trust in their mission, but we need to make sure, as generally speaking, public whether you're a Democrat or Republican, I don't care what party you're in. You have to be on the party of the American citizen, right? So, I think we sort of lost sight of that.
Do you feel like the right moves are being made now to like curtail and fix this?
Oh,
or
there's
are
no
we
doubt in
just-
my mind.
okay.
There's no doubt in my
It's
mind. But
good
the problem is that we're fixing a shit show.
Yeah.
You're literally trying to polish a turd.
Yeah, but that being said, I have absolute faith. I mean, I have absolute faith in the people that I'm working with. With all of my heart, I've lost more sleep in the last 4 years than I have in the last 54 years, because it was fucking real to me when the general public wasn't seeing it.
Because you got to deal with it.
It was a fucking shit show. The atrocities on the border, the
So
mass incursions.
Tell us about the atrocities of the border.
There was just the cartel hold no quarter. They have complete disregard for human beings. I mean, so it's something for me because I'm like I grew up with. I've always been a tomboy. My mother thought by having a girl, she would have a girl in her batch, and
You're
then I
wearing
just.
high heels.
Well, yeah. Okay. So, just to attest to what happened here was, I thought I was going to get my ticket, I'd get my golf thing and bounce, but I extended stay.
Sucker dude into a podcast.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. But I remember one night, and it's pretty like humbling, and because I was like fucking dogged on catching bodies, right? And so when Biden came in administration, the fence that being fucking built. Now, for the rest of the public, it doesn't mean shit. For us, that buys us a fucking few seconds to fucking get our shit together. So it was night. It was like a night. We had inherited an AOR. You got to figure what was going on in the border was what should be at least probably 8 per zone. Every zone only had 1, and every other zone had none. So let's say, hypothetically, I'll throw random numbers. Let's say 1 had 1, 2 had none, 3 had 1, 4 had none, 5 had 1, 6 had none. So if you needed somebody to get to you, you're talking about possibly 24 minutes because we're dealing with canyons and everything else, right? And we're always outnumbered, always fucking outnumbered. So for a female, they'll fucking, the cartel are notorious for trying to drag you into into New Mexico. So forget about for a female. They will fucking just destroy me, right?
So aren't they worried about like national repercussions?
They don't give a shit.
So what? I mean,
No?
No, but I'll get to a point. I mean, we had a guy that was killed, and then there was some repercussions. We shut the border down, and they had to behave. But I think there's, I can't talk for all of Mexico, but it's the cartel's a different animal. So I was like pretty up to here with a few years of just being raped on the border. I mean, raped on the border, but just everything was coming in. So I was up on a cap rock in a fucking ghillie suit, and I thought, shit, if I can track them, I'm behind. So I have nobody to zone to the to the east of me, or nobody on the west of me.
And they knew that.
Yeah. But this is what happened: is the fact that they were willing to put agents at risk, right?
That sounds like the government.
Yeah. So, but this is what had happened under the Biden administration, and this is what happened to me. I can attest to what happened to me. So up on a cap rock, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna have binos, and I'm like, if I can spot anything, I'm gonna fucking contact our people, try to fucking
And
circumvent
you're
them.
armed?
Yeah, of course I'm armed. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
All right, we're in.
So one time I already started off close to the border. So, without getting in depth, is that when things happen and we recognize there could be some movement, there's some indicators, and we got to respond to it. And you try to respond to it most discreetly, so you don't give it away because they're spotters. You know, you can look right on the mic side, and they got long arms, and they're on these like sort of treetop, not so-called treetops, so these tree houses. They're watching us, and much more effective than we're watching them. And
Why is that?
well, the motivation's pretty freaking high, right? The motivation's pretty high, and I think our manpower was incredibly lean, not by what we wanted, but it was certainly by design at the time for the administration. you basically, if you were to, for example, your house, you leave today, you don't lock it. All right, you're gonna be okay. The next day, maybe the next day, they'll make their way into the living room, and eventually they'll take it. They were watching for those vulnerabilities. It's just what they do. The border, which is our last line of defense, if we're not there, they're here. And I think the general public didn't sort of understand what the role of the Border Patrol was. But
Didn't
once
understand or didn't care?
I'd say I can't say like they didn't care. I think Americans, and we're one of the youngest countries on the planet. I think
Youngest country.
the youngest, yeah. We've had the grace and the blessing of having one of the greatest countries in the world, and we are able to operate in such a way in a confident, in a constitutional republic, that we're able to function and live our lives, and because it hadn't been adversely affected. I think a lot of the things that happen, the ugly, it's sort of like people like to eat their bacon, but they don't like to know that it's being slaughtered, right?
Yeah, they don't like to see how the sausage is made.
Yeah, but they enjoy it. So I think it was not until it started spilling into the interior that it became a reality. But for all of us, for the agents, it was real. And the impact on the agents was profound. I mean, the assaults on agents that weren't being prosecuted.
So I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
And trying to keep this mildly short.
Oh, I'm
because
sorry.
no,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
fine.
I apologize.
But, no, absolutely not. But this is a very long story. However, what do you think was the reason or the benefit for the previous administration to allowing all this to happen?
Oh, God. So I'll.
Votes, dude.
Okay, so I'll.
Tinfoil hat shit, buddy.
yeah.
No, that's a very real mathematical equation. It's votes.
Oh yeah. So I'll have to speak for me and not not my organization. What you got to figure within Biden coming in office, he signed a bill that basically said that illegals would count toward census, and you know what that means, right? So I think everybody was asleep on that. And when you're talking about bodies coming through the border, and you're just siphoning them into the interior at a quick clip, I think you can accomplish that. That basically you can have 6-7 states control the entire
and changing over.
Yeah.
Everything.
I told you, it's not fucking tinfoil, bro.
Yeah. So
I never doubted it.
So that's disturbing, and hence the reason I was telling you that it was the first time in my lifetime that I was ever concerned about our constitutional republic, right? So
this last election was the first time that I was ever butt fuck nervous.
Yeah.
I was mortified.
Yeah.
We're about to lose it.
We wouldn't have survived another 4. There's no doubt.
No, fuck no,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have.
Yeah.
This is the most important presidential election
in our history.
So I
Come
have a tactical question for you that maybe our viewers can take home from this too.
Okay.
Is so you're obviously tactically competent, very aware of what's going on at a very deep level. Your personal level of protection, as far as we all carry when necessary. Have you felt a heightened need to carry?
I carry every day, all the time. I mean, for 2 reasons.
Sure,
One,
bang bang.
yeah. For 2 reasons.
That's for our OnlyFans.
Yeah. Meanwhile, her face is blurred.
I swear I'm not that ugly, but no, I care for 2 reasons. One, because I can, right, as an American. The other is because I couldn't imagine, and I carry 7 days a week. Maybe not tomorrow because I'm gonna go to and do other things, but I carry because God forbid I had to respond and protect people. I've spent most of my life for the purposes of protecting people. I love my country. I love those who serve it. There's no finer human being in my eyes. Those that have worn a uniform and wear one. I love you guys. I would have loved. I mean, if I come another lifetime, I'd love to come back like one of you guys.
Hey.
But the closest I get to it is that I am committed to doing every fucking possible fucking thing.
I can tell.
Can I tell you about one time I was scared?
Yes,
There's no
please.
shit. This is no shit. So I wasn't familiar with a fucking zone, right? So I was in an area with no fucking fence. And so what happens that I didn't go, when I was responding to a sensor, I didn't go toward a draw that would sort of get me close to the sensor, not give away the sensor, because they're watching you. They want you to give up the sensor, right? And so before you fucking know it, I don't realize I'm in fucking Mexico because there's no fucking fence, right?
From where?
This is
Are you going through the farm? Because you walked a long way.
no. This is just. I can't even say exactly the area. But there's no fence. So you start off like here and
You're
5 feet.
in Mexico.
Well, I ended up in Mexico, but I mean that town.
Like the farm?
Yeah. So when someone happens, and I'm like, fuck's sake, like. I know I'm not going the fucking right way. So now at this point, like now it's like 1 a.m. My ATAC is fucking draining. My radio is draining. It's pulling up fucking Mex towers. And fuck. So I'm like, shit. So now I'm starting to take pictures so I can sort of look at my GPS as far as like where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Walk north. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the problem was I had rock faces. So at this point, I got to go further south to go east just to get myself north. So now I'm like, fuck the group.
And you know they're watching you.
Yeah. So now, what I do know is that I was following a group, and now I need to abandon it. Now that's where the ego comes in. Like you're no longer on that mission. Now you're just trying to figure out your shit. And that's a very humbling experience for me, right? Because now I'm like, fuck.
You're in
like,
enemy territory.
if they were to get me, they would fucking ravage me. So at this point, now I'm on this fucking rock face, and like, I'm like, fuck, I don't even know where the fuck I'm at. And I got fucking high brush, I got shit. So now I can literally, like, my foot's starting to shake. My fucking radio is off. I have to contain power. Now it's 2 fucking in the morning. This is no shit. So I'm literally like this, and now I got to revert back to basics. This is where, because I'm no longer thinking properly. I'm just telling you where I was at. Like my foot's shaking, and I gotta reset. So I literally fucking pinned myself. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I literally started. All right. 1, 2, 3, mags, boom, fucking clean them out, just fucking reset them. Fucking Glock, I got some shit in there, fucking reset my fucking Glock. Like fucking, I got shit in my, I'm
Are
taking.
you left-handed?
I'm right,
Okay.
right, but I shoot with my left eye, but. So, I literally came down to my bun, and I fucking, like my shit was all over, fucking fixed my bun like I was going to fucking work. And I got myself out of there. So it's a very humbling experience. I literally had to just revert to fucking basics. My fucking, I'm like I'm getting at all my shit, just pulling,
Getting ready. Yeah.
just getting ready. And, but you know, that's just part of the fucking life, right? It's like I want to go after fucking bad people. And that's been my entire, like, that's been my profession. That is who I am. And I'm at the tail end of my career. And there's no fucking doubt in my mind. If I had to do my life all over fucking again, I'd put on a fucking uniform and go after fucking bad people.
There we go.
I'd probably come back as a dude one fucking time. But just to do what you guys do.
No one wants to be a woman, dude. Trust me. I have zero desire to ever be a woman.
I don't know, man. You get free drinks, dude. It's pretty
No
fucking bad.
bullshit, dude. Like, I don't want to get lip injections and tits and
It's all
fucking
shit.
and like have to use a tampon. Like, no, I don't care. Like, I got nothing but fucking respect.
Hey,
for
nothing's
women.
stopping you from doing that, bro.
Hey, there's only one hole, bitch.
Come back, to dude and goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I tell you something, but I'm really proud of you gentlemen. And
Thank
like,
you.
so
That's
somebody
right.
mentioned, so hold on. So 2 seconds. I was stationed. In that duration, I was
that
in.
says it all.
So I was stationed there between 90 and coming to. I met a fucking Montana. I think he was from Montana. Good fucking human being. And so one of the reasons why this also appealed to me, because we were talking about just having fucking conversations, is that he gave me his contact information. Fucking great fucking kid. Like a great all-American boy. Great human being. And I thought, oh, fuck it. I'll get in touch with him, but you get involved in your life. So I got in San Diego, and I thought, let me fucking reach out to only to find that he had passed away.
Address is 2346 Trident Way. You're like,
Yeah.
it's at the
fuck,
fucking
man.
team.
Yeah, but I knew he was on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we got to fucking take care of each other. And I think that's the moral of the fucking story. It's like, I absolutely love you guys. I've met some of the most amazing fucking human beings. And this is before SEAL teams ever were even like out there. Like, I knew that I was meeting people that were selfless. And it's an honor for me to
That's
sit
obviously
amongst
before you met team guys.
yeah. Yeah. But no, it's an absolute honor for me to sit amongst you gentlemen. I go after my purpose is the same thing. It's my vocation.
Well, hey,
And, you know, it's the
testament to
USA.
you.
I love it.
Hey,
Do
we're
the
all
Lord's
doing
work.
You're
Thank you
still
for
doing
coming
great
on.
shit. I mean, we're sitting here bullshitting
Yeah.
No,
fucking.
thank
That's
you.
really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, dude.
Blanca.
all right,
Thank you for doing the Lord's work out there.
Oh, sorry.
sincerely,
stuff.
dude.
All
What
right.
a run! I'm not even entirely sure that we have anybody on deck.
I think.
No, we got
Andre,
two
you
more.
ready?
Oh,
We
fuck.
got
Ready?
two more.
All
Can we
right.
get out of here?
All right, well,
Yeah,
I got
we're
a
gonna
piss
talk.
break.
We're talking.
Go piss.
We're taking a
And-
little pictures. but-
Ladies and gentlemen, we are absolutely blessed with this gentleman next to me. May you please
Thank you.
introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. John Duncan, Mayor of Coronado. So glad to be with you guys. I appreciate what each one of you have done and respect you and appreciate it. And as you guys know, Coronado is the home of buds and so many Navy SEALs and Navy presence in this country. So thanks for having me.
But also, like, you are now the mayor of unequivocally the most beautiful city in the entirety of
Well, I don't know, man. Have you been to Pacific Beach? It's pretty dope, bro. Sorry, I'm partial. I'm partial.
And I ran away.
Sorry.
Well, they
Coronado.
do say San Diego's America's finest.
You have
city,
a very
but,
lofty title. You have
Thank
a
you.
very lofty title.
Well, a bunch of good people, including a bunch of military people and a bunch of Navy SEALs and spouses and girlfriends and friends supported me to get me in. So
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And it is an honor to be here. I try not to take myself too seriously, but the position of being mayor is something, I hold it in high regard, and I'm glad to have it.
Hell yeah! All right, so we're doing we're still in our bar podcast. So this is going to be 15, 20 minutes, relatively short. We also have what's your last name, Brian? Cooper. Brian Cooper. So we also have Brian Cooper. So we've got 5 people tossing ideas around, just BS, and it's basically. I was going to say bar talk, but that's a different thing.
Yeah, no, we don't go there. You get your ass sued or something. Maybe not. I don't know.
So also, what I
Platoon
personally
talk,
feel like
yeah.
we needed owe to the mayor is introducing ourselves.
Yeah, please.
Oh yeah, Ryan Williams. I was a inconsequential team guy for 10 years, and got into entrepreneurship and learned how bad I am at that, and I've been struggling with that for 18 years. It's been fun, challenging journey, but that's what I've been doing. And honestly, I wouldn't do anything else. And then we came up with this idea of doing a podcast talking about not war stories, not hero stories, but just kind of the everyday shenanigans that happen, just kind of how life. The funny stories about life that happened to you, and then that was the impetus of it. That was the start of it. But then as we progressed into it, it's become a little bit more, because we're all older. We're all in our, well, you're in your 30s, young buck, but we're all,
Late 30s. Sorry, I'm not a boomer, bitch.
we're all in our 40s and 50s now, and we tell these stories about kind of how things were and the fun times we had in our youth. But also now, like the lessons we learned as older men, and how life looks as an older man, and kind of like just that's an angle of the whole thing I wasn't expecting. But honestly, it's been my favorite part. Is just kind of like how life looks as an older man, and the things you learn, and trying to impart those to. I don't know if any of the younger generation listens to us, but it's just a conversation.
Well, they do, and so he's underselling himself, right? So he is the longest-standing BUDS instructor.
It's a dubious honor, yeah.
Yeah, at a Naval Special Warfare.
Yeah, of course.
And then now over here we have Kevin Kent, and Kevin Kent is also NSW, and is very proactively working in Hollywood, and has worked on pretty much every movie that you've seen. And just helps mitigate and navigate and make sure that it stays true to tactical prowess.
Some authenticity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also impeccable father, raising beautiful children. And then there's me.
Our token army guide.
Yeah, the token army guy.
Nice.
So Army went in 2005, got out in 2013, did a bunch of deployments, went to Blackwater, worked in Hollywood protecting celebrities, and then now my beautiful wife and I live in IB because we can't afford Coronado. And now we run our own media marketing and production company, and very connected within NSW.
Yeah.
I worked with NSW very tightly during my military career, and now I have a heart for it, and all we want to do is just polish turds, and that's what media and marketing does. And then we work very collectively and hand in hand. And Ian from ERT he was one of the best men at my wedding. He's an ambassador for Coronado.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Huge part of Coronado.
Hands down. And then we are also, and as a byproduct of that, now we have a Sean Carey, which is your senior lifeguard.
Yeah.
Here
Sergeant
at Coronado.
Strong.
Like, our Coronado ties could not be tighter. And, dude, we could not be more thankful for having you on.
Awesome. Thank you for having
Dude,
me.
thank you so much.
Yeah, it's pretty
and
wild.
Thank you for sitting down, man.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Yeah,
Mayor.
this is awesome.
Yeah, they said the mayor's
Awesome
coming
having
on.
you
I'm
on.
like, is he sure?
I'm gonna make it out of here alive with these guys.
It is the
I've known Brian.
Liberty-
I've known Brian for quite a while.
He might not get reelected.
Brian, we would love to know about you as well.
I'm class 133, SEAL. Got here in 1985. My last deployment, I was with Kevin in Iraq. I pretty much know
Probably
every
the best
dirty.
deployment ever.
Yes,
Seriously,
I re-
03 deployment.
it really was. I mean,
That was a big deployment.
Yeah.
it was. We did a lot of good stuff. I remember, just not to take away from the mayor real quick, but I was just telling Kevin's nephew, that Tommy Crimmins
Yeah.
came up to me one time and he's like, "Hey, I'm putting this platoon together. It's going to be Kevin Kent's going to be my LPO. Tage Gill is going to be in the platoon, and I'm going to be the chief. And we got this. Oh, and I'm like, that's never going to happen. Like that. I love all three
Yeah.
of you. I think those
beginning of Liberty Risk.
those three are
Totally.
absolutely some of my best friends and people. I think they're awesome SEALs. And I'm like, that's just never going to happen, Tommy. So we go back and forth. And then Tommy jumps the chain of command, goes to Ed, who's the operations officer, because I'm the operations chief at the time. And he's like, yeah, I let it happen. And I'm like, that platoon will never deploy. Ed, you fucked up. That will never deploy. And he's like, no, Brian, it's going to happen.
But if it does, it's going to be amazing.
It is. And I mean, they're all three great operators. And 3 months down the line, Ed comes up to me, hey, Brian, they got disbanded.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to say, I told you so. No, Ed, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I did tell you.
That's my
That
wife's favorite
platoon
words,
could never deploy.
Yeah. That was in like,
You can handle business.
No, that was like in 04.
Yes.
Our shit was already palletized, ready to go. And we were gonna go to Guam and then rip to Iraq for 3 months. And we were already like, man.
Everybody thought it was going to deploy except for me. I knew there is no way you could put Tage Gill and Kevin and Tommy in the same platoon.
I
and
can't
go,
tell you.
I love them.
I've heard that.
Well, we did one successful platoon, and that platoon was great because we had Treskin, we had Keikoa, we had Montclair, we had who else? AJ James is a brand new guy.
Oh yeah.
Andy Arabito is a brand new guy.
AJ James is the sexiest 70-year-old I've ever seen in my
dude.
life.
AJ was 36. He went through buds at like 36 or some shit. He shows up in the platoon. He's a brand new guy. He's older than me. I'm in my 6th platoon as the LPO, and I'm like, and it was funny because he wound up serving under Tage as like the first lieutenant. Tage is going to sniper school again, or maybe the first time. And dude, the second time AJ was late, we actually
AJ's that old?
AJ's old as shit, dude.
Dude, I told you
Well,
this
and
70-year-old.
Black don't crack.
That's why
that dude.
I was going to say
still-
crack.
He still looks younger than me, dude.
Dude, he's so sexy.
Dude, I did a job with him in Palm Springs
He's a
in like
handsome man.
March.
That's true.
Handsome.
He still looks younger than me, and he still can. Dude, he was a K1 kickboxer. We
No
went to
shit, I
the
didn't know
Flying
that.
Saucer Bar in like
Yeah,
whatever year it
the
was
alien one.
in Memphis. Flying Saucer Bar. He was a brand new guy, and it was that platoon, and we're all in there drinking and bullshitting. There's a K1 kickboxing fight, and we're sitting there watching it, and it's AJ fighting a professional kickboxer. We're like, looking at AJ as a new guy who doesn't drink, but he, of course, he's our DD because he's like, I'll drive you where you want to go. But he just didn't drink, which is cool.
Yeah.
But he always hung out. We're watching this fight, and everybody's like, all the old guys are like, all right.
Who the
When we
fuck's the
haze
sketchy guy?
this motherfucker,
We're going to be pretty nice.
hey, we're like, yeah, it's like, okay. And the same shit happened. He was late a couple times. We locked him in one of those 6-pack like box truck things. I'm like, hey, grab that thing up there. And he goes up there, grab it, like slam the tailgate, thing, like
Roll down the door.
He rode from San Diego, or he rode from Coronado from here all the way up to Hunter Liggett or Camp
No way.
what is it?
Roberts.
Camp Roberts. And it was like, okay,
You're
time to
such a
let
dick.
dude, time to let him out. I'm like, nope, new guy. Hey, it was like either
Open
like
it up,
Vito or Dirty or one of those guys. Like, hey, let this motherfucker out of there because like I ain't opening that thing because I'm gonna get my head kicked off my fucking shoulders.
You're not throwing me in a truck tonight, right?
No.
Well,
So-
the night is young.
and pumping the brakes on that. What we would love to know is, you're the new mayor. You know, you replaced Mayor Bailey, and now you're stepping into the foot of a position that can help dictate probably the most beautiful city in the country.
Yeah, listen, absolutely. First of all, Richard Bailey, the former mayor,
Yeah.
and I are very good friends. Was hanging out with him yesterday. He did 2 terms here, did an incredible job, so I'm grateful for his support. I'm grateful to be the mayor. My experience was back in 2008. I coached my first baseball team here, and I had 4 Navy SEAL dads, sons on my team, and 4 helicopter pilot dads.
Nice.
And the Navy SEAL dads were 4 guys who were completely different. You know, one was an uncommon valor actor guy. One was like a guy who looked pretty
Which
scary.
Active Valor.
I'm not gonna
Active
valor. Thank you. He was
I'm
an
like,
active
we
valor.
know.
I'm like
the biggest
Uncommon
ripped
Valor?
guy. in-
Yeah.
in-
His
in
first name
active
rhymed
valor.
with Dave.
Yeah.
And,
That might have been the
It's
thing.
Kevin Kent.
and I'll tell you,
It's probably Dave Hansen.
3 other guys, and the scariest of them all was probably the 5'8" accountant-looking guy, because
Yeah.
he's the guy you could accidentally get in a fight with, and he told me great stories. But one of the guys and I stayed very, very good friends to this day, and he left the military and went into the private sector. Lasted about 18 months, and he's back as doing things with the SEAL team.
He's a team guy again.
Well, I'll say
Maybe not.
he's a civilian employee.
There you go.
With the team.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's hard for those guys to get away, but he did 30 years.
Wow.
And,
Damn.
Yeah.
And like to your point, right, about like hard getting away is if you're in the SEAL teams, you're in the military and the special operations or whatever that might be, we do not have transferable skills, right? Like we really don't.
Certainly not on the parent level, right?
No, and not on the apparent level. You're right.
So here's the top 4 things. Where are you going to go do this?
Right, and one of the hardest things for us is just trying to find employment.
Yeah.
And I firsthand account trying to figure out like how I can get a job, and there was nothing that I was above, and veteran employment is something that I would love, for you to like take a look at, because it's not easy, man. It is so not easy, and no one's trying to hire a sniper. No one's trying to hire a SEAL or a SEAL. Like no one's trying to hire these guys, and I went to college in order to try to like recreate that. But I also feel like there is a predisposition to hiring veterans.
Yeah, listen, I'm extremely interested in that, and Brian knows because he works with some of the veteran organizations that have welding schools and it's not the SEALs guy, but it's people who've been enlisted who are getting out,
Technical,
trying to get
schooling.
into society, and it's definitely a big need, and we have a lot of common interests and friends, and we work on that, and it's I'm very extremely interested in trying to help out in that regard.
It's good knowing that you're here involved like on the island and trying to employ veterans, but at least having like the veteran background, right? And Mayor, like please, like just try to hire us.
Yeah.
Because like guys like us, we won't let you down.
Well,
Listen,
I don't know, man. If you might want to bet, bro.
The thing is, I always say that, we have this.
I don't know, man. Fuck, goddamn.
Right.
Way
goddamn
to fucking shipwreck your shit, bro.
I've been employing motherfucking veterans, and it's a fucking pain in the ass because the problem is they don't understand that. Right? They think their skills is transferable, until they get to the point where they realize that they're not, and then they can learn. They're very adaptable, they're very able to learn, but they have to get out of their own way. They have to subdue their ego and be like, okay, I'm willing to be a new guy again. And then if they do that, do that,
there you go.
they're super good. But if they don't do that, they're fucking terrible.
If they carry their rank to the civilian world, they're not going to succeed. They're going to fail. Exactly. You got to dump the rank. You're an E1. You're going back into just learn. Cream will rise to the top, but don't go in as the commander, the chief, and think you're going to, everybody's going to do it. The other part that working with Mayor Duncan is, we all need jobs. The jobs, if someone has a job, we had job security, and we have this, and we're operators, and we do all these things. When the veterans get out and they don't have a job, that's the depression. That's everything. Everything's going about. They have to be able to take care of their family.
There's no focus
if you can get a military guy to take care of his family, he's going to be great. The suicide is up because these guys are they're struggling. They're trying to find it, and we got to fix that. And that's where, Mayor Duncan and I we're involved in this. We got to get them jobs, and the welding and the trade school, and that is the best thing. That's where we're at.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're absolutely.
And I please beg for you guys, like anything matters, right? Like if it's running part of like the jet ski rentals or like it doesn't matter, but like please just like give us a purpose.
Yeah, everybody wants a sense of purpose.
Yeah, but also I think like even in politics and even in government, like we can also help out there. We have Morgan Luttrell and we have Marcus Luttrell and these individuals that are now in Congress. And it's like, please help. you know,
Yeah.
and we feel like we have a very good understanding of how the government works. And a lot of the things that we get back and now that we understand is we just want life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Listen, I appreciate you saying that. Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Of course.
Because one of the biggest sense of purposes I've had is working with the retired Navy SEALs that are in Congress. Crenshaw, Zinke,
I know Crenshaw well.
Luttrell,
Eli Crane.
Crane.
Yeah.
Every one of them has been supportive of the work I'm doing on the sewage issue, and whatever I can do,
Please.
like we got to talk
Oh,
because
dude.
on veterans issues
As a
and purpose
homeowner in
issues,
South Bay,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
Jesus. Dude.
John has been one of the Mayor Duncan has been one of the front runners on all of the sewage issue and the water in Coronado. He's
You
been
got
to
my vote.
D.C. He's been to everything. He
got
has
my
been
fucking vote.
the front runner on all of it. That is why.
I'm not bringing that up to be self whatever, but
No,
thank you
it's
so much.
true.
No, but seriously,
But
Like,
honestly, on
I just
on
want to
other
surf
issues,
our waves.
that freaking coalition is strong. Like they
Yeah.
have a lot of power in Congress, and if there's some things we can think about that can help veterans and people coming out of service, like we can get some things
I
done.
mean, honestly, I went through Buds in '94. You went through Buds,
85.
yeah. So I'm saying we would get shut down even in the '90s. So 30 fucking years ago, we're still dealing with the sewage bullshit from the Tijuana River. Like, it's like, at what point do you? I mean,
we done?
What?
So I tell people we're
who's
winning.
going to
Yeah.
fix this bullshit?
We're winning battles. We haven't won the war yet.
Yeah, but
So
what are
we're
the battles,
like
though?
60% like down the road.
But what
where
are the-
we were
what are
not
the
3
battles?
years ago.
What are the battles that we're
Well,
winning?
I will
Yeah.
tell you, everybody's
Well,
talked
I'll
about
tell
it.
you.
John is the only one that's actually confronted the battles. He's gone to D.C. All these other mayors, they've done this.
Yeah.
Bailey's was really good, Richard Bailey. The previous ones, they all just waved. John is actually going to getting money, actually going to Mexico and fixing it.
Yeah.
That is probably the biggest thing. We now have a mayor that is actually going to fix our water problem.
I won't
Right.
go
So
on a
that's
huge
why
rant,
he.
but
No,
the-
hey,
yeah.
and don't get me wrong. I'm not putting the onus on you. I'm just saying.
No, not at all.
I'm sitting there going, this shit has been happening for
Literally.
30
Let me
years.
answer
Put the
you
onus on him. Keep him going.
a very brief answer, right?
Yeah, right.
3 years ago, Mexico had no plant operating. So now they have a plant at Punta Bandera, 6 miles south of the border, treating 18 million gallons a day of raw sewage.
Right.
18 million per day, like not over months or years, but
Yeah.
per day. Our plant had shut down and was not operating 3 years ago. It's operating now, 50 million gallons per day, expanded to another 10 million by the end of the month. We have Mexico committed to spend another $90 million. Our plant's being expanded. Again, we're winning wars. Yeah, I have concerns, right? What if Mexico's plant goes down? What happens?
Yeah.
Where's the consequences?
Yeah.
I'm pushing a executive order, declaration of emergency with Trump. It had gone far. It was on his desk. A little war with Iran. It stopped.
Right.
Like there's a lot of battles to fight, but we are doing much better now. Coronado is open much more. But if you're in Imperial Beach, you're like, what the hell? We're closed.
Yeah.
Like we've been closed 95% of the time for 3 years.
What are the county supervisors? What are, like, say, Todd Gloria, mayor of San Diego? I get it. His stuff isn't really pushed into
Listen,
Imperial Beach, but
let me
He has a
answer.
And I'm
whole
not
city
trying
to
to-
work on.
and I'm not trying to say we're red versus blue, and we're because the
You ask me a question, I'll answer any question.
It's clean. It's clean versus clean.
Yeah.
Like it's
I've-
not.
I have a question
dude, this
for you,
is
John.
very bipartisan. Like we are not talking red or blue. Like
That's
all
what
I'm
I'm
trying
saying.
to do is surf my ocean.
yeah, 100%.
That is all I care about.
And what is-
all I care about is what you are doing in order to like push that forward.
Yeah. So the answer is Todd Gloria has not really done much, if anything at all, to help us.
Okay.
Amen.
The supervisors
County supervisor.
Yeah, the county supervisors, where Paloma Aguirre, the former mayor of Imperial Beach, is now a supervisor. The new mayor of Imperial Beach is Mitch McKay. Great guy. I work with him really well. I've actually worked well with Paloma, and she's a new supervisor. They don't have that much control or that much impact on it, to be honest, right? They have a little impact on the effects of the sewage, but on solving it, like federally, federally, we need to get it done.
Little to no oversight versus.
Yeah, I mean, there's a treaty between Mexico and the United States, and there's a minute order, and Trump has pushed hard with Zeldin, the new EPA administrator, and the new head of the IBWC, which has the sewage plant, to get stuff done. And they just signed an agreement last week to get a bunch of things done. There's more to do. There's supposed to be another agreement by December. Yeah, we need all the help we can get, but honestly, on the federal level, people like to say whatever hell they want about Trump, but here's the truth. In 2020, in the USMCA, $310 million were allocated on this issue to solve the sewage issue. 5 years later, I come into the scene. That $310 million, none of it had been spent. Not $1. It was stuck with the EPA on studies. Now, it's all being spent.
Sounds about right.
The plant's being expanded. And it's happening, and more money has been allocated. And the way the more money got allocated, sorry to talk so long, it's the last thing I'll say. The way more money got allocated is we went to D.C., Richard Bailey, everybody else. We went there. We got all the retired Navy SEALs to support more money being spent on this issue.
Right.
Crenshaw, whatever. Some people love him, some don't, whatever. He was a champion on this issue. Zinke, all of them. Push hard.
I love Ziggy.
We got the maintenance, and we got our plant working again, and things are getting better.
So I have a question for you, because it sounds like you got this, like you're doing as much as you can. But on a personal level, because we only have like, we'd love to have you on for a longer podcast.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe we schedule that shit for.
No, for sure.
I'm a little shy.
We'd love to have you, but on a personal level,
Coop is like, hey.
No, he's good.
Me, motherfucker.
but on a personal level, like John, what got you into politics? Like, what's your background, and like what drove you to like, hey, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So, for me, I did litigation for about 25 years. Federal
You're
court.
a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Federal.
Shut it down.
Admitted in California and D.C. So if I wanna
I'm just kidding.
rip that.
That's a good background.
But for me, I liked appearing in federal court. I don't know if you guys know, but federal court judges generally have lifetime tenure, so they can really harass and be difficult on attorneys. So for me, it was a challenge to appear in federal court for like daily and get roasted and fight, and I like that challenge. And then around 2020, as most of you know, there was a lot of things going on, things like defund the police, things that I don't agree with. Every city council, I get it. Being on city council or being mayor is not the biggest deal in the world. But the truth is,
It is for you.
3 people on city council can do anything they want. They can defund the police. They can change spending.
3
they
out of
can
5.
change the massive course of a city. And after that, by the way, almost every politician, they were a city council member at some point.
Yeah.
They were. They. That's how they got elevated. So I was like, I'm tired of yelling at the TV. I'm tired of complaining to my friends.
You're a good
I'm
politician.
going to run for council. I ran for council. I got on.
Council
I was
where?
like, I'm
Here?
running for mayor. Yeah,
here's
here.
council.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm running for mayor. I'm not willing to. It only takes 3 votes to do anything on council. There's 5 voting members. Mayor's 1 vote, 4 other members. I'm like, this is not acceptable to allow the insanity to happen here in this city of Coronado.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Los Angeles. I went to Arcadia High School. I went to USC undergrad.
Here's the biggest question: Padres or Dodgers?
I'm 100% Padres.
right.
And on the my second favorite team is the Angels. I don't know if they beat the Dodgers tonight, but they've been kicking. And my third favorite team is the Phillies.
I needed.
So the Dodgers are not in the top 3, my
needed you to
friend.
say
The
that
Dodgers
so
are not in the top 3.
Like I beg of you.
A little earlier
now
tonight,
we're friends.
Padres were up by half a game over in first place all alone. Big
Before
Padres
we came
fan.
on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as long as we got the mayor on the podcast, got to take a selfie. Perfect.
No, I appreciate you having me, and honestly, I'll just say, I feel a burden and a sense of
San
respect for
Diego's
what
up
you
by
guys
one
have done.
game. San Diego's ahead by 1 game.
So that means the Dodgers lost. to the Angels.
Dodgers lost.
Yeah.
Fuck LA.
LA's one game.
I like a little underdog and at least in the fights. I've never been a Dodgers fan.
LA's
I'm a
one
USC
game behind.
fan, but not a Dodgers
Yeah.
fan.
So San Diego's 69-52.
Yeah.
69.
But Mayor, what I need to tell you is
Thanks
as a local, as somebody that lives in IB, somebody that works for businesses that are Coronado located, you literally run the most beautiful city in the entire country.
Is this yours?
And that's a tall order. Like, it is literally a tall order. And I could not thank you more for running this beautiful city, for keeping it beautiful, and for mandating and just keeping it impeccable.
I appreciate you saying that. We fight super hard to have that be the case.
This is the most beautiful city in the country.
We're a tiny city, but every single thing that a large city has, we have. So we have our own street department, we have our own police, we have our own fire, we have our own park. So
We have
every
everything.
single thing that you're thinking about, we do. And I tell people, they're like, "Oh, there's a pothole." I'm like, "That's not a Coronado Street. That's a
No, it's not a
Caltrans
Coronado
Street.
Yeah.
If it's a Coronado Street,
And the
I'll get
one
it
thing
fixed
I would say-
tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not even the sewage is just one part of it. I mean,
But
they
it's a
want-
big part.
It is a huge part, but there's so many other. When you live in Coronado, you see there's so many parts. We were mandated 800 units.
Yeah.
We don't have any place to build
was
800
1,000.
units.
Right.
It was 1,000. Where do we build it? We have to tear it down and build skyrise, and that is going to change Coronado.
Yeah.
Mayor Duncan is fighting that. I mean, there is so many. The sewage is the nationwide
So what's
part.
the man?
It is.
They mandated you to build 1,000 units of like low cost housing or just
No,
regular
no.
housing?
So, son, I won't bore you with the whole thing, but the deal is that
No, please,
my
bore me.
my biggest fight is with the state and the county on implementing things here in Coronado
Yeah.
and trying to overrule local control. And the housing situation, they a couple years ago they were like, "You got to build 1,000 houses in Coronado." We're like, "Okay, where? What are the rules?"
Yeah.
They came to us with the rules, and without getting too boring, they came to us with the rules. The rules made no sense. We're like, what if we had a third story on Orange Avenue over the businesses? No, I'm sorry. We need lots of this size owned by one party, this, and this. It was insane. I mean, I will tell you, it was so crazy. We submitted some options to them, and they said, we don't like those options. And we said, okay, well, here's all the lots that fit your requirements. You choose. They came back. We designated our police station for housing.
But so you play
No new housing.
ownership in
Yeah, of course.
in ownership.
Yeah, and we said what, and they chose a school district lot that'll never be sold or developed. It's like literally insanity. We want to maybe build some more housing for some retired police officers, some retired military, maybe some retired teachers.
And so
We're-
here's
we're
the question:
willing to
is,
work
like,
with
why?
them. Yeah.
Right? Because like the question is like building housing for them because of what reason?
Yeah, they have this insane
You know what I'm getting at?
Sacramento-driven concept.
Oh yeah.
And what happened is we had to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to hire an advocate to cause the Attorney General of California to sue Coronado and settle at the exact same time. And guess
Seriously.
what the settlement was? The settlement was, even though it's not allowed under state law, to count housing on a military base.
What?
Our settlement was, and by the way, the reason why our allocation was so high, as Brian was saying, is because they counted all the military jobs, including everybody on carriers who are deployed.
But yet we're
Wow.
unincluded
Yeah,
Um,
of course.
as military.
But
Yeah.
our settlement with the Attorney
Fuck
General...
us, right?
It's insanity. The settlement with the Attorney General
You're welcome.
was the new housing, the rehab of the housing on the amphib base will count. But it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a common sense resolution. So I'm trying to fix it at Sandag in regard to NAB before it happens again in
crazy.
the next cycle.
There's one element where I judge a city by, and it's how many fucking homeless they have.
Well, Coronado,
Yeah.
You're killing it.
You haven't done.
We got one.
I'm not taking
Dude, no. Coronado's always been the place for.
Yeah.
And I remember to this day.
Take the bus over the bridge, bitch.
Yeah, no. I remember driving into fucking work in like the pre-2000s. And I just remember there was one fucking homeless guy on the corner of this Orange and shit. It's
10th.
I don't know what street it is, but there's a liquor store.
10th.
Ninth.
Vaughn's is right
Vaughn's.
there.
Yeah, ninth.
Ninth or 10th. Yeah.
Nine, yeah. And I just remember I'm rolling in, and I don't say John Q. Law, but they're sitting there like helping this guy
Hey, go be a bum somewhere
back
else,
to
dude.
San Diego. But it was one of those things. They're like, hey man, we don't care if you're homeless, and
Just don't
But
do it
you're
here.
going to the
I
other side
get
of the
it.
bridge.
But you got to get on the bridge.
You
But-
got to go.
hey,
We got
yeah,
two things.
you have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Coronado
That shit.
pays.
I'm all like,
Coronado pays for 2 beds in a homeless shelter every single night. So if they roll up on a homeless person, they're like, hey, you're homeless. You want to sleep outside or you want to sleep in a bed? And a lot of them choose to sleep outside, but we're like, no, we have
Yeah.
a bed for you.
A
Yeah.
bed
So
is going
let's
to be
go.
better.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You can't help those that
and
don't
we've
want to help
had-
themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've had a few issues where they get on private property and they like, you don't have jurisdiction here. We've worked with AT&T and everybody to get these no trespass letters, so we can go grab them up and say, listen, if you want a place to sleep, there's a place to sleep.
yeah.
Setting up a homeless encampment in Coronado is not the place.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
And I'm not.
Which is
yeah.
which is not Kevin and I, because we passed out a couple times at AT&T.
You have a home, you're just not there.
Wait, where's
We are not homeless.
Where's this?
We just couldn't make
Yeah.
it home.
Where's this AT&T?
All you need to do is implement a 2-night minimum. So, like, if you're one retard that sleeps on the beach,
yeah, 2
You're-
drink
you're
minimum.
blessed.
But like,
but like 2 nights is
So you're
no
saying
go.
you got a free hotel?
Yes.
Two people
We actually
every
And
night.
a taxi.
All right, all right.
no, but I will. In a testament to you, I'm not trying to make light of people who have issues and are
Right,
are
yeah.
are granted, there are people who legitimately
Yeah.
are homeless and seek help.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think those are the people who are like legitimately like countrywide, even Coronado, San Diego, whatever. Like, hey, look, do you need help? Yes, I will take a house or not a house. I'll take a bed in a what do you call it?
A place?
Shelter,
the thing,
yeah.
the shelter, a place in the thing, the thing. Yeah. But I think the bigger issue is people who they don't want help, either whether or not they're addicted to whatever, but they don't want help.
You're so right.
And and it's gotten to the point where, and I have several friends who are San Diego PD, and they're kind of hamstrung from doing their job. And like, look, we can't remove a person in a tent in a public space because it's even been argued some kind of Fourth Amendment bullshit, and you're like, not trying to reinvent the wheel here, but there's times where you got to bring people out of their fog and haze and go, look, you're either going to go to a mission, a bed, or you're going to seek help, or you're going to move off of this public space
You're
and
not
move
productive.
east. Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's
So-
a difference between helping and enabling.
There's been a
Exactly.
huge change recently and some court decisions that have supported it. Listen, you can't just choose to camp on public property.
No,
Period.
it's illegal.
And you look at like Ocean Beach and some of the things that have happened
I
over
lived there
there.
for a long time.
And it's there were a lot of people there who chose to be there.
Yeah.
And we have sympathy, and there are people who have been evicted and are sleeping in their cars, and that's one thing. Let's help them reintegrate. But
Absolutely.
people who just choose to live outdoors on public property, that's not happening
That's a
in
different
Coronado.
animal, yeah.
That's not acceptable.
Yeah.
The insanity, not to go too far afield, but the insanity on the on the Caltrans freeway overpasses where people are not just setting up tents, they're setting up barbecues and couches.
It's
and
like whole buildings over there.
That's insanity.
It's like a condo.
You ain't building a
that's
tree house in
I-
my town.
I've been there. It's a kind of a party.
Tree house.
They didn't give me an invite, but
I mean,
on every regional body that I'm on, whether it's Sandak
You like
or
show up
whatever,
like Coop, like Coop, what are you doing here?
So,
did you
Mr.
get
Mayor,
an invite?
They got brats.
Mr. Mayor, I cannot thank you enough for coming on, and like truly, we could not be more honored with your presence and with speaking on behalf of the city of Coronado. And I needed it, right? Like I live in IB, but all the companies that I work for are based out of this island, and this island is the most beautiful island ever, and you keep it that way. And I respect it, and I could not thank you more, and I could not thank you more for hosting us retards. But like truly, thank you, and thanks for giving your time, and you're a man of the people.
My
Yeah.
pleasure. I'm grateful to be here, and I love IB as well. I have property down there, and I have property here, and we need to continually focus on improving things and
I
ensuring
just want to see
things
it
don't
grow.
go backwards. So
No,
thank
never.
you for having me.
No, we don't skip a beat. But thank you so much, and thanks for taking the time and dealing with us, and thank you.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Glad
Can
you
I-
had a seat?
Can I plug one thing?
Send it.
September 13th, Coronado, McP's, we have suicide awareness for the
Yes.
military. It's
Yes.
everything. We do a cornhole. It's not about cornhole.
Thank you.
It's about
You sure?
just
Could be.
talking about suicide
Veteran suicide.
and everything that's going on.
Suicide entirety.
Yes.
Yeah.
So come down. We have great raffles.
September
Uh,
13th,
Septem-
McP's.
What
Noon.
time, Brian?
And John will probably be one of our guest speakers. He was last year. He'll do it again.
Year before.
We have the military.
I'm gonna
It
be a
is. It
cornholer
really
if you
is
need a
just
partner.
about awareness
do it.
and just getting the conversation started. We have
too.
to say the word. If
Yes.
you don't say suicide, and there's a lot of people that don't say it, we need to say it. We need to get it out, and we need to promote it. So come down to McP's September 13th at 12 p.m. and you'll hear John talk. He'll talk about the bridge and everything else, and we just need to get that word out.
I love
Thank
it.
you, buddy.
I'll be here for that.
That's
So,
smart,
so
guys.
that is
Hey.
such a good plug, and like honestly, guys, I've lost more friends to suicide
Yeah.
than I ever did to war.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
all have,
You
yeah.
know, and I got a good friend that's active duty SEAL team guy on the island that lost his wife to the bridge.
Well, Brian and I both know two, retired SEALs who've lost sons or stepsons
Yeah.
to suicide in the last 4 years. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't check out in anything that we can do in order to make sure that that doesn't happen.
thanks for having me.
Hey.
Pleasure, Mayor. Thank you.
Shit. Nice work, guys.
Cut.